So wherever you are, allow the hands to rest heavy on the mat or the knees. Allow the eyes to be closed. Just begin to check in with your breath. Taking a scan of the body, noticing any points of tension or tightness, maybe mental or physical. So I know it's weighing heavy on some of us that many of us are really kind of completing week 3 at home. And so I know that it's hard not to try to project and look forward or count the days, which I'm certainly doing as well. But allow yourself to just be present right here, to find the beauty and the joy and the happiness that is available at all times, no matter where we physically are, no matter how long we've been at home or away. So we tend to have a feeling that sometimes the grass is greener somewhere in the future or in the past. Just allowing that to settle into the acknowledgement that our day-to-day happiness is actually pretty steady. Obviously, if there's been a situation with a job loss or a loved one who you're worried about, that changes things. But just our day-to-day nature, no matter what the outside circumstances, we typically find about the same level of happiness, and the things that we think will take that away typically don't last as long as we think, and the things that we think will make us happy, whether it's material or a future experience on the books, tends to be a little bit more short-lived than we think as well. So coming back to the idea that the present is what we have right now. So allow the hands to either rest on the knees or the chest and the belly. And we'll start to check in with our breath. So finding deeper inhales, deeper exhales. Maybe find a few cleansing breaths. Breathing in through the belly, filling up. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Rolling with this breath, I'm going to read you just a little bit from Roy's book to start, and we'll read a little bit more at the end of class. Our ability to savor life as it is now means the difference between suffering and happiness. It means the difference between waiting to live and truly living. Regardless of how justifiable our desire for change may be, learning how to savor and honor our lives as they are guarantees satisfaction in the now and puts in our hands the emotional reward we had only pinned as a potential result of the future. We are completely capable of experiencing consistent satisfaction in our lives right now. We are the only ones who have convinced ourselves that happiness is a mythical creature of the future, contingent upon variables that may or may not occur. This is not true, and this is not truly living. Truly living and the consistent satisfaction it brings means wherever we call home is our castle. Every grain of rice is a feast. Every glass of water is its own spring. And every cheers we make is the truest recognition of our blessings. It is up to us to bring appreciation to our lives and discover the bounty and the joy available to us, no matter how simple or bereft we may perceive our lives to be. There is nothing simple or bereft about being the most complex form of life on the planet. There is nothing ordinary about having countless natural stimuli and opportunities for joy at our fingertips. And we recognize that paradise is now, and that the simple is sublime. The wanting and its distracting pain are no more. So if you're seated, we'll all meet on our backs. If you're on your back, stay there. Pull the knees into the chest. Now we'll extend the legs and the fingertips long. Find a nice full, long spine. And then we'll swim the arms around. Oops, glad there was a top on that. We'll swim the arms around and reach for the knees. And then push the knees away. And we'll find some swimming with the knees. So drawing the knees in circles on the ceiling. And find that again. So reach long. Like you're reaching for something behind you, and then swim the elbows wide, touch the knees, pull the knees into the chest, and then circle the knees on the ceiling. Just beginning to warm up the hips, lengthening the spine. A few more times like that. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, touch the knees and the elbows, pull it in, and find those little circles with the knees on the ceiling. Maybe you circle the other way. Do that 2 more times with your own breath. Don't worry about if it looks the same as what I'm doing. Just close the eyes and check in with the breath. Or maybe you find another movement here on the back that feels more like it's in tune with what your body is asking for. Just beginning to get the movement in the body, the breath circulating. Awesome. We'll pull the knees into the chest. Zip the legs up together. We'll take the arms wide. Let me move these things out of the way first this time. And we'll just drop the feet a little over to the right, just a couple of inches. So we're trying to keep the legs fairly straight, maybe a little micro bend in the knees. Bring the legs back to center. Then take them over to the left. So we've done this before, but with the knees bent. It's a little extra challenge with the legs straight. You can certainly bend the knees. So just massaging those little stubborn points in the low back. Just finding your own rhythm. A couple more times each way. Maybe you go a tiny bit deeper, but use the core to bring you back. One final time. Come back to center. Grab for the backs of the legs. Start to rock up and down. Maybe take a couple rock and rolls here. Massaging out along the spine. Norm is barking at something outside. Probably another dog. Coming up to seated. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and back down a few times. And then roll them forward. Then we'll start to work that cactus movement in the arms. So inhale, reach the arms up. As we exhale, we're gonna shine the fingertips forward, pull the elbows down and back and open the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus, open the chest, maybe raise the chin. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. And then fold it forward. We're just gonna walk forward. It doesn't matter how far you get. Maybe some people will come to the elbows. So just round the spine forward, let the chin fall towards the chest. And walk the hands over to the right, maybe towards the right knee. So just finding this from a comfortable seat or soles of the feet together. Walk it back through center and then take it over to the left. So as you reach towards the left, shoot the right side of the body back down. Inhale back to center. Walk it back. We'll find 3 more of those cactus arms in the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open up, squeeze the elbows down and back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach. This time we'll take a twist. Right hand to left knee. I'm going to mirror you. Inhale, reach up tall. And then twist, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, reach back to center. Opposite side, so left hand to right knee. So we're trying to twist not from the low back, but really from the ribs. Inhale, reach back to center. One more time each side, exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. We'll combine those together. So inhale, reach. Then we're going to twist open to the left, but find your cactus arms. Inhale, reach and lift. Twist to the right, I'm mirroring you. Open up, cactus, maybe gaze up. Inhale, reach. One more time each side. Exhale, open to the left, cactus, the arms. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Beautiful. Inhale, reach. And then roll over onto hands and knees. We'll find a few rounds of breath in our child's pose, our balasana. So knees can come wide. I like to pad the knees with a blanket or a towel, especially if you're on a hard surface and maybe your mat doesn't have a lot of padding. So bring the knees a little wider, bring the hips back towards the heels, and start to walk the chest forward. So if the head doesn't naturally reach the mat, you can place a book or a block underneath it. We'll be in this child's pose for all 5 rounds of breath. Option, if the knees wide doesn't feel good, to take the knees a little closer together and maybe you just drape the hands by the feet. The hips don't need to reach the heels. It's just going to depend on how the body's feeling this morning. So allow that space between the eyebrows to press into the mat. Allowing the arms to fall heavy. Maybe you rock that third eye back and forth on the mat. Take a cleansing breath or a few rounds of cleansing breath together. Baby, inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go, side out. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Melt a little bit more down. We'll take a few more rounds of breath here. If you need to come out, feel free. So at any point during this practice or another practice, if you want to take a breather, take a rest, come back to your child's pose. Child's pose allows our head to be lower than our hips. And that kicks on our parasympathetic nervous system, our anti-fight or flight. So when we find that anti-fight or flight, our systems have the ability to work outside of that fight or flight mode. So we're able to rest and digest when we're in that child's pose. And so same reason you would tell someone to put their knees between their head between their knees if they were going to pass out. It's the same concept. So same concept also in our forward folds. You find a lot of times in our yoga practice, our head is below our heart. And so just notice that as we're practicing, maybe how that fight or flight system starts to calm down. The adrenaline starts to kick off when we're finding our head below our heart. So one more round of breath here in our child's. Then we'll start to rock up to tabletop. And we'll find our way into our down dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips high and back. Option to walk your dog out. So bend one knee and then the other. Finding some movement in the backs of the legs. If you're newer to the practice, you can keep all of this from tabletop, hands and knees. So just stay right here. Down dog is optional. If you're in your down dog, fingers should be spread nice and wide. Press the mat away. Little micro bend in the elbows and the knees. And find some stability here. Next, inhale, right leg lifts, or can lift from tabletop. Pull the knee in and step it through. So we'll drop to the back knee, untuck the back toes. Find our low lunge here. 3 rounds of breath, hands down. So if you had books or blocks, you could place the hands there. Check in with the breath. So we're allowing the front of this left hip to drop towards the mat. There's a nice bend in the right knee, but we're not allowing the knee to come past the ankle. So we'll try to demo the wrong way. You don't want to be way up here where the knee is past the ankle. Knee should be behind the ankle or just over. So next, inhale, we'll find the cactus arms or option to stay here. So option to inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, open up cactus, little baby back bend. Inhale, reach. 2 more times. Exhale, cactus, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Last time, inhale, reach. This time, straighten up the front leg, fold forward. Heel the right toes back. Check in with your breath. Think about pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. So we're flexing the right toes, the right leg is coming towards straight. So deep stretch in the calf and the hamstring here. Bend back into the front knee. We'll tuck the back toes, or option to keep the knee down. We're going to take a twist. Left hand stays on the inside of the right foot. Knee down or knee lifted, your choice. Spin the right arm up, find a twist. Try to stack the shoulders. Awesome, bring the right hand down. Hop the left foot up to meet the right. Find your forward fold. So we'll spend a little bit of extra time here. Nice generous bend in the knees. Let the chest rest on the thighs. Head and neck can be heavy. So look down at the feet. We want about hip distance in the feet. Equal weight. And if there's space in the neck, we're really trying to let go of the head and the neck here. Allow that parasympathetic nervous system to kick on. Maybe the gaze is back between the knees. Option to reach for opposite elbows and find a little sway. Breath is still flowing in and out through the nose. If that's comfortable, otherwise any form of rhythmic breathing. Awesome, release the bind in the arms. Inhale, lift up halfway, press the spine long, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root down through the feet, rise up through the arms. We'll do that same cactus motion as you inhale, reach. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, reach 2 more times. Exhale, cactus the arms open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. This time we'll fold.
Answer your question. A cactus is a member
fold at the hips. My Alexa thinks I'm talking to her.
About 127
Alexa,
17.
Stop. Sorry about that. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. I don't know why she thought I asked her a question. Take it back. We'll find our tabletop or our down dog, your choice. If you want to take a flow and you practice more often, option to find the knees, chest, chin, or high to low plank. Otherwise, we'll meet in our down dog or our table. She was giving me the definition of a cactus over there, which is nice, but I don't think we need that right now. Find your breath. Next, inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, pull it through, settle it down. So find your knee down, low lunge here. Check in with the breath. We'll start with the hands grounded. Check that knee to ankle alignment. So maybe you're cultivating the Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. Slight constriction in the back of the throat. Like if somebody were to put a little hand mirror in front of your face, you could fog the hand mirror up with your exhale from the nostrils. Allow the front of the right hip to drop down. Option to stay here grounded, option to rise up on the inhale, take the arms overhead, and then exhale, open up little baby back bend, cactus the arms, inhale, reach. 2 more times, exhale, cactus, inhale, reach, exhale, cactus, beautiful, inhale, reach. This time, plant the hands, fold, straighten out the front leg. So take a notice of the hips. Left hip should be pulling back, right hip pulling forward, just to square them off. Left toes pull back towards the face. Maybe you're coming up to the tabletop or table tenting the fingers here. One more round of breath. Bring back into the front knee. Knee down or toe, we'll take that twist, your choice. Right hand on the inside of the left foot. Left hand peels up. Find your twist. Slowly come back to neutral. Hop the right foot up to meet the left. Find that forward fold. Equal weight in the feet. Let everything rest heavy. So allow the bend of the knees to be enough that you can try to rest the chest on the thighs. Maybe you find your little sway. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise up. Inhale the arms overhead. Open up, cactus. Inhale, reach. 2 more times. Exhale, cactus. You're squeezing the elbows back. Make this active. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. This time, fold, hinge at the hips. Lift up halfway. Plant the hands. Option to go back to tabletop or down dog, or take it back, find high to low plank. Or a knee down version of this vinyasa, pull the chest through, elbows graze the ribs, slowly lower to the chest. And then peel it back, baby cobra. Take it back, this time we'll find child's pose before we continue. Hips to heels, melt the chest and the forehead. Let's take 5 rounds of breath here in our child's pose. Maybe take a cleansing breath, breathing in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. One more like that, big inhale. Exhale, side out. Start to move back into your tabletop or your down dog, wherever you're building your shapes from. So hands and knees or this upside down V posture. Next, inhale, right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. Find a little bit of movement here. And then we'll just switch legs, even out. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Draw some circles. Set it back down. We'll step to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, left foot steps back. We're gonna move into warrior one. So, option here, let's go back down to that knee down version. Otherwise, left toes out at a 45. Deep bend in the right knee, start to rise up. Square the shoulders and the hips to the front. So maybe you hop this left foot up and out so the feet are more on railroad tracks. Inhale, reach the arms up. You know where we're going with this. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open up, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus, and hold. Awesome. Fold forward. We'll hop the left foot up and out. Find a little bit of an intense leg stretch here. Sort of like our half splits, but a little bit deeper. Pull the right hip back. Option for a twist here, so left hand stays down on a block or the mat. And then try to keep the legs just as they are, but peel the right arm up. So it's gonna get pretty intense in the right leg, so be gentle. Just come out of it and opt out if you feel like this is more than you want. Beautiful, come back to center. Walk the hands through center. Then we're gonna come hands to hips, slowly start to rise up. Awesome, a little bit of work here and then we'll move to the other side. So start to bend into the knees. We're finding goddess pose here. So drop the tailbone straight down. Legs are starting to turn on, quads are starting to work. Inhale, reach up and straighten the legs, star pose. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest, bend the knees, goddess pose. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach, last time. Exhale, elbows towards knees. Inhale, reach. This time we'll hinge forward and we'll find a little twist here. So all 10 toes face the long edge of the mat. Right hand comes down, left arm peels up. Beautiful switch. Left hand comes to the center, right arm peels open. Bring it back to neutral. We're gonna turn everything to the other side. Keep walking, keep walking. So left foot is turned forward. You might be on the back of your mat. So if you need to hop around in order to see me, feel free. So we're gonna find the left knee bend, find our warrior one. Inhale, reach the arms long. Exhale, bend the knees, open the chest, little baby back bend, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward, hop the right foot up and out. Find your intense leg stretch, your pyramid pose. Square the hips off. Find your breath. Stay here, find your twist. Right hand comes to either a book or a block or the mat. Left arm opens, try to keep the hips just as they are. Slowly unwind, walk the hands back through center. Hands come to hips, slowly rise back up. Hop or step the feet in together. Shake the legs out. Then we'll start to come down. So option to come back to that goddess squat. Or if you have the space, you can come to Malasana, yogi squat. So if you have something to sit on, that may feel better. For some people, yogi squat feels great. For other people, the flex in the feet doesn't quite work for it. So find your option or just find your seat. Press the elbows into the knees. Press the hands together. So that's the good thing about yoga, especially practicing yoga at home, is you're always able to do whatever you choose in a class, but sometimes the pressure of seeing what other people are doing makes you want to choose something that maybe isn't the best for your body at that moment in time. So especially in your home practice and taking that into your studio practice later, allowing things to just come as they are, never forcing. So option to stay here if you're feeling okay. We're gonna shake it out. Just in case you're not, shake the legs out. We'll come in one more time. And then we'll take a twist here. So I'll mirror this one. Left arm in front of left knee. Press the knee into the arm, arm into the knee. Find some resistance. Spin the chest open. Find a little twist, a little opening. Some of you may have space to drop the shoulder into the front of the front knee and find a little bit of a bind. Slowly come back to neutral. Inhale, lift long in the chest. This time right arm in front of right knee. Press the knee into the arm. Find some resistance. Open the right arm up. Or take your bind, flip the grip, and start to reach. Inhale back to center. Awesome. Come on to the bum. Allow the soles of the feet to come together, knees to come wide. And just shake the legs out a little. Pull the knees into center line. We'll start to find our way onto our backs. So that later for Shavasana, you like to have the blanket underneath the knees. That's always good to have it nearby. Start to rock down onto the chest. Sorry, down onto the back. Rock a little side to side. The reason I said that is because we are going to rock over onto the belly, but I want to get a little bit of massage going in the low back first. So when you're ready, extend the legs long. We're going to roll either way, but as long as you make it on the belly. We'll find a little bit more opening options. So elbows underneath the shoulders, Sphinx pose, peel the chest away. Big inhale here. Exhale, release. Windshield wiper the feet. And then we'll press high. Drag the right arm underneath the left. Maybe if you have a blanket, a block, something that you want to rest the head on. Just opening up the shoulder, finding a little twist here. So we're doing thread the needle. If you prefer it from tabletop, that's an option. Just threading the right arm underneath the left. So you're on the right shoulder. Maybe you want to kickstand this left foot up and over. Sorry, I swear something's biting my foot. Which doesn't seem possible, given it's too cold outside for that. Although I did have this blanket outside yesterday. Slowly come back to center. Press the chest away, find your little cobra or your back bend, and release. So we'll take the left arm threaded underneath, come to the left shoulder. Option to kick the right arm, right foot up and over. And slowly come back. Press the hands into the mat. Find your little back bend. Slowly release. Roll back onto the back. Pull the knees into the chest, rock side to side. Plant both soles of the feet on the earth. Right ankle just above left knee. We'll find our figure four or pigeon on the back. If you'd prefer to take the full sleeping version of pigeon on the stomach, and you know that, please take it now. You'll have plenty of time. Pull the left knee into the chest, reach around, grab for the back of the right thigh. Sorry, back of the left thigh. So right knee is bent. Close the eyes, check in with the breath. Allow the shoulders to melt into the mat. We'll be here another few rounds of breath. Slowly start to unwind. If you're on the belly for pigeon, just begin to transition to the other side once you find some movement in the hips. Drop soles of the feet to the earth. And then we'll take left ankle over right knee. Same options here. Head and neck are resting heavy back behind you. Maybe allow the eyes to be heavy or closed. There may be a different level of sensation in this hip than the other. Most of us aren't really even in our hips and our shoulders, and a lot of parts of our bodies that we think would be equal and even are not, just based on usage, or it could be injuries. Just allow this to be what it is on this side. Two more rounds of breath. Slowly unwind, bicycle the legs out, find some movement back into the hips. Take that same motion where we started class, so extend everything long, reach the fingertips and the toes away from each other, and then squeeze the knees and the elbows together. Pull the knees into the chest. Circle the knees on the ceiling. Two more times like that. Inhale, reach everything long. Exhale, squeeze knees and elbows together. Pull the knees into the chest and find little circles. Last time, inhale long. Exhale, squeeze. Maybe the elbows and the knees touch. Pull the knees in and circle. And then we'll pull the knees wide. Lift soles of the feet to the ceiling, find happy baby, reach for the ankles, the backs of the legs, the outside blades of the feet. Allowing the tailbone to start to rest and melt back down towards the earth. Option to stay here or one more movement in the hips on each side. Start to bring the knees in. We'll cross right knee over left. So they're just kind of resting the thighs on top of each other and reach for the feet. So if you pull the knees into the chest a little more, you're really going to feel this in one hip. Depends on which knee you started with on top. So because the legs are crossed, the right hand's actually grabbing the left foot, but it's just where the hands naturally fall. Awesome, slowly release. We'll take it to the other side if you're taking that movement. So for me, that's left knee over right hip. Sorry, left knee over right knee. Getting into the left hip. Cow's faced pose in the legs. There is a version seated where you're stacking the knees, but for a lot of us, that's too much pressure on the knees. So this version on the back feels nice. Awesome, slowly unwind. Anything that you need to do, maybe a few more ceiling circles with the knees. If you need a final twist, I'll walk that through. Or if you just want to go ahead and meet us in Shavasana or take a final inversion, right knee pulls into the chest. Take it across or wrap the thighs again and drop it over to the right. Just finding your gentle spinal twist here. Bring it back to center and switch left knee into the chest or left thigh across the right. And drop it to the opposite side. Inhale back to center. Pull the knees into the chest. And extend everything long. Find your Shavasana. So allow the feet to fall away. Allow the hands to maybe rest open. Receive the energy of the practice, the energy of the day. Allowing the space between the eyebrows to melt. Allowing the shoulders to rest heavy on the mat. Releasing any control of the breath. Find a few minutes here in our final resting pose, our Shavasana. I'll bring us back together at the end to close class. See if you can allow yourself to become just 10% more relaxed. 10% more tuned in only to your body. Letting everything outside of your body and your mat fall away. Starting to bring awareness back to the breath. Slowly bringing awareness back to things outside of your immediate space. Be dragging the thumbs across the fingertips. Physically waking the body out of this small period of rest. And slowly and gradually starting to fall to one side. Staying here in this posture on the side, or going ahead and coming up to a comfortable seat, whatever feels better to you. I'll read you one more short passage from Paradise Is Now. If we ever find it difficult to muster gratitude for what we see around us, we can always turn our eyes inward upon the great marvels of life. Few things compare to focusing on the fact that we exist, that the universe exists, that there are no known ends to its boundaries and thus to its possibilities. Furthermore, to contemplate the phenomena of beauty, warmth, color, fragrance, light, love, growth, consciousness, emotional evolution, and our own capacity to create. To do this is to stumble upon a path to bliss that is short and free of stones. There is ecstasy to be found in the recognition of the most basic truths of the universe. So great, in fact, that to ponder ever so slightly the unfathomable beauty of all that is would be enough to satisfy a soul for a lifetime and more. So what is it going to take for us to lift our chin from our own misery and simply bear witness to the miracle of our lives, the planet, and the infinity beyond it? The answer is merely choice. The choice to be grateful or cynical, the choice to be present or distant, the choice to remain blind or to deceive, the choice to identify as a victim or to accept the fact that we are here to grow from encounters of pain amidst the bliss for the highest of spiritual purposes. And once we truly begin to open the aperture to the world, the worth of the world, and the incredible meaning beyond our own existence, there will be nothing left for the soul to want. So coming back to a comfortable seat, if you're not there already. So what my friend Roy is saying in these passages, and continues to go on to say in a very beautiful and deep way, is shifting this feeling of wanting and greener pastures and resisting pain or discomfort to a lens of gratitude and seeing this pain or discomfort as the counterbalance and the way that we find deeper depths of empathy and understanding in the future. Using our own pain or the pain of those around us to understand how deep our capacity for love can be. So allowing the eyes to be heavy or closed. Maybe pressing the hands to the chest. Taking a moment to find gratitude for everything that you do have in your life. Allowing the wanting and the needing to fall away. Recognizing the infinite beauty that exists, that we exist, each one of us exist in this universe at this moment. Reminding yourself that you are enough just as you are right now. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. No change is needed. No apologies necessary. Taking this sense of gratitude and this feeling of being enough with you through the rest of your day, your week, or your weekend. It's truly my honor to guide you through your practice. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.